Tonight I wanna see the bright lights over me. Show me something magical, something beautiful. Come and take me higher, set my world on fire tonight, tonight. Show me everything I want and more. You take me right around the world. I'm feeling tonight, got me feeling so right. Best of the good life.
This week on Top Billing, Bonnie Mbuli and Samkelo Ndlovu rock their natural hair. Take a closer look at why designer Shaldon Kopman's clothes are so appealing to celebrities like Samuel L. Jackson. Sexy food warrior James Kuiper brings the organic, wild and natural back into our diets. There's an added spring in the step of Matthew Mall's latest music, and Mrs. Jessica Mall is the reason why. We're in Mauritius with Kagiso Rabada, SA Cricketer of the Year. A children's favorite lights up the stage with Joburg Ballet's Cinderella. And your presenter tonight, Roxy Berger, brings you the best of the good life from a sophisticated Italian-style villa in Franschhoek.
Good evening, it's Top Billing Night and welcome to the show. Now, to millions of women, the move to wear their hair naturally means real freedom. Actresses Bonnie Mbuli and Samkelo Ndlovu are champions of natural hair, and they say, wear your crown with pride.
Natural hair is such a vibrant frontier for a woman's self-expression. And with the latest accessories so diverse, Afternoon Express's Bonnie Mbuli sees all the more reason to be herself.
I've been a big fan of yours over the years, and ever since I saw you on our TV screens, you've always rocked natural hair.
It's something that always spoke to me just because it centers around the values that generally govern my life, which is honesty, authenticity, and freedom. And that carries through everything I try to do. And so having my hair like this just allows me freedom, and it allows me to be more creative because I know what I'm working with.
Today's shoot revolves around the theme, wear your hair with pride. What does that mean to you?
For me, the language that I use around something that concerns my life or an issue in my life is very important. So when I talk about wearing my hair with pride, the idea of wearing it already separates me from it, because I came like this, my hair comes like this. So for me, it's about taking care of my hair. It's more important that I value making sure that my hair is healthy, making sure that it's growing well, and that I'm not doing anything to harm it.
TV drama and film actress Samkelo Ndlovu is a natural at 5 languages, but she's happy to let her dreads do the talking.
Your hair really sets you apart, but what is it that made you decide to do dreadlocks?
I grew up with relaxed hair, and I hated it. I hated the smell of the actual chemical. And then I watched this documentary where they put a fizzy drink can inside of a big tank of relaxer. And I kid you not, half of the can disappeared. And I thought to myself, this is not good. It can't be good. It can't be healthy. It can't be good for my hair. And so I decided to go natural. And I sat around with an afro for about a few months, and then I decided, let me get dreadlocks. And I'm a simple girl when it comes to my hair, which is why I never really style it that much. I like to have it loose or tied up in a pony. So yeah, that's pretty much why I went natural.
In an industry where looks are so important, did you find it hard to get acting gigs when you decided to go natural?
No, I came into the industry with dreadlocks, and I don't think that my look is important because I'm an actress, and that's what counts. And so when people book me to come play a role, it has never been about my hair. And so I've never lost out on a role or been given a role because of my hair. It's always been about the talent. And it does set me apart from a lot of people in the industry, a lot of girls in the industry. It does set me apart from my friends. And I feel like it gives me a different kind of confidence.
One that celebrity stylist Mangele Sibisi is a champion of. She's also a trusted authority on caring for your hair.
Smangele, you've been a hairstylist for 15 years. How can the ladies out there maintain their hair without damaging it?
So let's say if you have dreadlocks, it's always good to now and then give it a break. So you would do your in-salon treatments every 3rd week, and then probably 1 or 2 treatments you would either do just a twisting and no styling. That prevents the hair from straining and being thin. So less of tensions, less of products as well, because product buildup also can damage the scalp.
Smangele advises mixing olive, coconut or jojoba oil with water as a daily moisturizing spray. As for ways to accessorize, Nondumiso Nkozi's Bidu crowns offer women creative, playful ways to make their own hair a statement of character and work of art.
How do you come up with the ideas behind your accessories? What inspires them?
I'm inspired by transformation. I think I love dynamic individuals like Bonnie. You know, she's very strong girl, but she's also very feminine, and she can style up and then go street, and very African and ethnic as well. So I think that really shows the personality of the pieces.
How would you complement Bonnie's beautiful personality and natural look?
This beadoo here can be used in different ways. I've chosen a very chic look for her today. It's a low fringe. So it goes on to her kinks like that. And that holds it down. It's up to you. You can decide if you want to raise it or lower it. You know, if you want a more contemporary, very edgy look, you can have it with a higher fringe.
That's really lovely. I'm sure you have some other accessories that complement that look.
The aesthetic of Egypt, just the culture and the looks, the images of the hieroglyphics and the queens and the styling from that time in terms of shape, I think that is what's inspired, you know, the main beadoo. So, you know, the very chiseled look is inspired by the Ndebele artwork that's very structured. The line work is very important for me. You don't want to take away from the person, you just enhance your look.
To keep your hair looking good, a diet of low-fat proteins, dairy, fruit, vegetables, and whole grains will help you do it as nature intended.
Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. And be it from the tips of your toes to the magnificent crown of your own natural hair.
Coming up, artistic flair meets modern man in Shaldon Kopman's new collection. And sexy food maverick James Kuiper does it organically.
Fashion's focus on the new can take for granted the awesome design talents that are already the beating heart of our industry. One influence cited by countless emerging designers is Shaldon Kopman, whose work today is as vital and fresh as the day we first met him.
As his latest collection shows, Sheldon is an exceptional self-taught stylist, designer and creative director with unique flair.
You're looking good as usual. Who are you wearing?
Naked Ape.
There we go, there we go. Speaking about looking good, you started off as a model in the industry, but how did you go from model to designer?
Yeah, it was a short modeling career, but it was a great one. And I got to really explore myself, but also explore the world, you know, and it was an opportunity to travel, most importantly, and allowed me, you know, access to various different countries in Europe as well as that of America.
Speaking about design and style, this space definitely reflects yours. How would you describe it?
I think style is something that comes from within. So it's an expression on the exterior of how you feel on the interior. So it has to be quite effortless. Let's explore a little bit of how we do and what we do. So, yeah.
Made with love and respect. That's why when I wear clothes, it feels like I'm being hugged 1,000 times.
That's the intention, absolutely. You know, we live by our motto, made with love and respect, so it has to transcend from thought all the way through to final execution.
A lot of your material is very unique, like this, for example.
Yeah, well, we play a lot with linings. You know, our linings are very exciting in our garments, and it's something that we're known for. So what you're seeing here is lining, and what you're seeing here is a fabric that we have taken and we've actually manipulated it.
The name Naked Ape is quite catchy. How did it come about?
Look, young and foolish, 23 years old, living in New York City, read a book by Desmond Morris called The Naked Ape. I just like the name, not knowing that it'll one day become a clothing brand, evolve into something of clothing. Talking about evolution, the Naked Ape is all about evolutionary man, and we kind of take the evolutionary approach to find attire. So we've created a link with it all.
Sheldon's designed one-of-a-kind pieces for First Lady Michelle and President Barack Obama, and says he gets his inspiration from the diversity, creativity, and eccentricity of Joburg.
Oh yes, I'm definitely feeling the love. How do I look?
Wow, you look fantastic. Listen, but there we go. So the various different styling options here would be that, because you've got a nice pop of color coming through there. You could take it all the way into the full double breast.
And I love the orange that's coming through underneath the collar here. I really think my look is quite cool, but the other two are quite unique as well. Can you take us through them?
Absolutely. Well, we'll start with Etienne. That basically is made of 100% hemp. You're going to find lots of these beautiful lines and lots of these peaks. So what we've done is we've actually taken that and we've brought it into the garment, and you can see it falls right through into the pants as well. And you'll see all of these stitches here are done by hand, but it's a casual vibe. It's not a structured jacket. It's nice. It's an easygoing thing. It's a nice summer piece. It's versatile. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. This particular look was taken from our Basotho Cowboy collection on Jonah. We were fortunate enough that we had Mr. Samuel L. Jackson actually wear this for GQ magazine when he was out here in South Africa. But this is a silken wool accented with a pin-tuck leather all the way through. Working with a nice raglan sleeve, so it complements a broader shoulder, so that also widens out the shoulder as well.
Sheldon, how have you managed to find your identity within the design space?
Well, Chris, very good question. For us, very simple. Finely tailored in Africa by Africans. Made for the suit and street savvy gentleman. You know, as much as it's about suit and street savvy, it's not only one or the other. Or we work with all things natural. And really, it's about keeping beautiful structure within our garments, working within natural fabrication, and trying to take that and transcend that into the market space. And that's how we interpret.
As well as dressing celebrities from Jonathan Boynton Lee to Jay Something, Ready to Wear is where his brand is going, and we can't wait.
Now, to feel as sexy as you look, you might want to listen to probiotic food champion James Kuiper. He drinks buchu water like the Bushmen, forages seaweed like the strandlopers, ferments bacteria like the ancient tribal warriors, and insists that food in its organic wild state is sexy. Listen to his story and see if you agree.
Working closely with many cancer patients and suppliers like Nancy Matlungu, James's aim is to help return our bodies to their natural way of processing and making the most of food.
Growing your own greens creates jobs, independence, and of course, delicious food. I'm here at the Moya Wikaya Community Garden in Khayelitsha to meet up with James Kuiper to find out more about his sexy food revolution.
With farmers like Nomlindi Shishubu, James is using our local flora to bring health to the public. His approach is to teach the nutrition and craft of indigenous fermentation.
Hi Jade, welcome to Shishuba's homeland where she puts all the love into the vegetables. And this is her organic vegetable garden, and we're going to be picking some fine produce today and taking it back to the shop.
Mama, what are we going to pick today?
Today it's cabbage, carrots, kale, turnip, cauliflower, and spinach.
Sounds good. James, can you tell me about your personal food journey?
Yeah, the journey started for me when I was 17 years old. I, out of the blue, got diagnosed with lymphatic cancer. I was a very normal student at school, playing all the sports, eating what I thought supposed to be at that time a diet that everyone else was on. And all of a sudden, my life got turned upside down, and I went to spend a year at Constantiaberg Hospital undergoing aggressive chemotherapy. That was where the journey started for me in terms of asking questions. And that was the journey to organic produce, where we stand right here, right now. It's been a quest to recover and gain my full 100% ability to thrive in this world that took me on this journey to get back to the original source, the way things used to be done. The very pure and wild and 100% natural product that existed is what we're looking at right here, right now, and that to me is everything.
Working closely with many cancer patients and suppliers like Nancy Matlungu, James's aim is to help return our bodies to their natural way of processing and making the most of food.
Nancy, what an amazing initiative. How did it all begin?
We started in 2014, and the CEO of this initiative thought of growing organic vegetables because they are good for our health and to create jobs also for the people around here. So that is going very well.
How are your vegetables grown here, and what are the benefits of organic farming?
We're growing food organic. We're using organic manure. We're using organic fertilizers because organic food is natural and it's good for the health of the people. We are not using chemicals at all.
James's Bree Street Kitchen opened its doors a year ago and is aptly designed in raw, local wood, Himalayan salt crystal bricks, and with a full-circle zero-waste system.
What is Sexy Food's ethos?
Jade, Sexy Food is a philosophy on adding real live probiotics to every meal that you eat. When I talk about real live probiotics, I'm talking about living organisms in a very micro scale. Tiny, tiny, tiny bacteria that benefit your gut flora inside your tummy. We culture a very, very diverse group of these microorganisms. The diversity of probiotics is what we specialize in.
How will the vegetables that we picked just now be used?
Jade, we're going to take the vegetables that we picked at the farm and we're going to make a very ancient style of preservation to vegetables called sauerkraut making. So it's done through salt preservation. Sauerkraut is a technique of preserving vegetables in a crock pot, which is a big vessel made out of clay that the organic vegetables sit inside for up to a month and slowly multiply in the bacteria content that surrounds the vegetables.
He's done this with no business partners or outside investors, just the steady growth of his products over 4 years.
Thank you.
Jade, this is the champagne of dairy, raw Kuiper yogurt. In its ancient, natural state, the way it was cultured thousands of years ago in the Caucasus Mountains in Russia. It is my king of probiotics.
I really enjoyed this, thank you.
If it's a burger you want, try a veg patty with sprouts, microgreens, and a macadamia dressing. Or this garden of alfalfa, mung bean, lentil, and tempeh beans with raw sprouted sprinkles for crunch. Turmeric and dill kraut dressed in kefir, miso, and seaweed salt.
This looks super healthy. What's on the plate?
Today we're going to be going through the original bunless burger, and you're going to be having the probiotic bowl, which is a summary of all the different elements we culture in the back kitchen. And to accompany this probiotic-rich meal, beaming alive and natural in its raw state, is our oak barrel fermented kombucha, made from honey and green tea.
Well, I'm excited to try something new. Cheers.
Cheers, Jade. Thank you.
James's gut feeling is that his future holds the writing of a book, more stores around SA, and a food travel show to all the places that still culture their foods like the ancients.
I love this country for producing wild thinkers and doers like James. And if you've been wondering what's going to bring sexy and healthy back this summer, now you know.
Up next, a face in the crowd transforms Matthew Mole's life. And in Franschhoek, home is where the shoes are and the piano is for playing.
If you've heard the latest from our homegrown folk artist Matthew Mole, you'll have realized his work has gone more up-tempo of late. The possible explanation is that it's the love of his life, his wife Jessica, who's made his musical heartbeat a little bit faster.
I'm gonna find it this way. I'm never gonna break my bones.
Since his father gave him a guitar at the age of 11 and he began writing lyrics at school, Matthew's purpose has been clear: to move and entertain us.
Singer-songwriter Matthew Mole is a talented, award-winning artist. Is there anything he can't do? We're gonna find that out as I challenge him to a round of bowling.
Like positioning pins, Matthew builds his music. First the lyrics, then rhythm and melody.
Ah, not bad, brother, not bad. Nice to see you. I'm well. How you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Good stuff, man. So this is what you do before A big show?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the kind of thing I do just to clear my mind and just kind of have a bit of fun and not think about all the work and stuff.
But are you good?
I'm pretty good.
From what I saw, it wasn't too bad, but I've got to tell you that when you have the socks to match the shoes, you got to watch out, man, because I brought my A game.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. I think the pink ball is probably the one that's going to bring out your eyes.
Oh, so it's like that. Yeah. It's on. It's on.
When he isn't bowling, Matt's a fan of any adrenaline-fueling activities, loves movies, traveling, and time with friends.
Yeah, it was not so bad. It's pretty good.
That's because I got the guns, bro. Or is it the pink ball? It's the pink ball. You're very good at what you do. Whatever you set out to do becomes very successful. Your album and video went to the top of the iTunes charts.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. It's like it's crazy just to see that kind of thing happen. I'm just honored to have my music out there for the public to listen to. That's all I really want. So I mean, the fact that it charts and stuff is a huge bonus, and it's just awesome to see the support from people, and just like it really feels like people are actually listening. I love it.
What we've seen, all that we've learned, built up to this day.
You've got a really calm demeanor off stage, but when you're on stage, you've got this huge presence. How do you get into character?
Yeah, so that's the thing for me. Playing in front of crowds is something that it's like a challenge for me, just to actually make people think that I'm super confident and I know what I'm doing and trying to like lead people. So like, I don't know, I'll go backstage and I'll try not to think too hard about everything, and I'll just chat to the guys I'm there with, just try to stay relaxed, and hopefully by the time I go on stage I'll remember everything and it'll go smoothly.
A lot's changed for you since you were last in the show. Has that influenced your music lyrically as well as musically?
I think a lot has changed musically. Lyrically, there's a lot of similarities, and I wanted to write music that was still impactful and meaningful. But musically, I've been listening to a lot of other music that's inspired what I've been writing. Like, it's a lot more upbeat and a lot more kind of like moving than a lot of my other songs. I've got a song as well called "Holding On" that's also quite like. I wanted it to be meaningful. It's about just kind of holding on to stuff that's true when you feel discouraged, and just pushing through that. And it's all kind of like a little bit more electronic, a little bit more upbeat. That's what I wanted to bring across with this one.
And I'll find mine on the right of your side. And I'll find mine on the right of your
It was on his first tour to Joburg that lightning and love struck, here at a cafe called Wolves. After a 2-year friendship, a first date in Durban, a proposal in London, and marriage in the Winelands, they're now Matthew and Jessica Mole.
This place has great significance to you two, because I believe that this is where you met.
I was playing the show, and then beforehand, she followed me on Twitter, and then I saw this, and I was like, geez, who's this girl? And obviously I didn't know who she was. I never do this. So then at the show, I saw her there, and I was like, geez, like, check this girl. And I've still got to play songs and stuff without kind of making it look obvious that I'm staring at this girl.
I listened to his sets and I was amazed, obviously. And then we kind of got chatting afterwards, and it was just, I don't know, we just connected instantly. And I think we spoke about like Lego or dinosaurs or something. It was quite random.
We really got on well, and I just thought she was like the best human being I've ever met. So I mean, it was awesome. I'm so glad that she came to the show. I mean.
You're both creators, and Jess, you are quite the fashionista.
Yeah, I'm starting a clothing line called Jessica Ann. I've always wanted to be a designer. When I was little, I used to sketch in this little book. And I bought like tons of magazines and I would put them up on my walls. My gran actually taught me to sew. So it's been something that I've always wanted to do, but I'm actually a teacher. So yeah, I'm new to the industry, but it's been really exciting to kind of meet new people and find out more about the industry and learn a lot. So it's a process, you know.
As a young married couple, besides loving each other, is there anything you hope to achieve with your marriage and perhaps inspire others with?
I mean, we definitely don't have it nailed, but I think we're learning a lot and we make mistakes. We really want to be like good role models for other young couples that look up to us. And I think like we're not perfect. we love it. I think it's been really cool.
We just want to be the best that we can at it, and hopefully people will appreciate that.
I feel honored to be spending this day with you. It's your 1-year anniversary. and I've created something really special for you guys. I hope you like cake.
You baked the cake?
Bring on the cake. Happy anniversary. Yes.
They also tour together, and this weekend, the Mall Roadshow comes to Rocking the Daisies in Darling.
Love is a beautiful thing, even for a kitchen. The owners of tonight's Franschhoek location are passionate about kitchen design, and to find out what it is that so moves them about these spaces, it's over to Wayne and Renee Lister-James.
The house is styled on an Italian barn design laid out in a U shape. When Wayne and Renee bought the property, the roof had just gone on. Aside from that, and the walls, all finishes, floors and interiors were done by them, in conjunction with designer Ty Gillett.
Hi, Jade.
Hi, Ty.
Welcome in.
Thank you. What a warm and welcoming entrance. And I love the sculpture on the way in.
Yes, that's a Mareka princely piece, and we've situated her around floating on water and with two symmetrical oriental pots next to her. As you walk in, you'll also see two stone-carved replica warriors from the Chinese army.
Given the earthen-coloured bagging finish of the walls, Renee decided to introduce some glitz and glamour in the formal foyer. The end result is a showstopper of an antique effect.
This is kind of like a zhuzhed up wine cellar.
Yes, it is. We've used a technique on the ceilings that is silver leafing, and it took about 3 months to complete. We've also added 3 chandeliers that just illuminate the space. So if you come over here, you'll see that we have a pool area, which is where the family enjoys summer days. So we've also used a French sofa over here, as well as a gilded frame, which just gives that space a bit more character. So we also have some beautiful objects over here. And this is our main hallway, which leads through to the garden area and the main entertainment area, which is where the owners are right now. Let me introduce you.
There's evidence of Renee and Wayne's family joinery business everywhere. Into that, Ty worked his magic.
As you can see, we have a big open plan living area, where we have a big dining table, which is separated by a piano into the living area. We've also introduced elements of oriental vases and colorful fabrics and prints. So there is the leopard print sofa with red scatter cushions, just to give the space a bit of vibrant feeling to it. We also have chandeliers from Argentina, as well as Persian carpets throughout, which really furnish off this room.
And of course you have this kitchen, which ties in very well.
Well, Jade, this is the heart of the home. This is where we love to spend most of our time, cooking and just enjoying the home as a whole. We've got a lot of aspects in this kitchen, especially our copper pots, which are not there for decoration. We certainly use each and every one in a meal. We love our red stove. We've contrasted the red with the black in the kitchen just to bring the warm feeling of home. And it's a very functional kitchen. Each piece we chose carefully and designed carefully to epitomize our personalities, from the black high-gloss cupboards to the elements of the whitewashed oak and the granite surfaces that we sit at and enjoy our meals.
Wayne is the cook in this kitchen, and fresh produce from his herb garden is often the inspiration. Renee also finds the garden a muse for her decor.
Renee, the chandelier is exquisite.
Thank you, Jade. We got that from Argentina, and I just love the aspects of the crystal inside a main bedroom. It just adds a little bit of sparkle.
You clearly love floral.
I am floral mad. I like the oriental theme. As you can see, the floral from the bedspread picks up the painting, and it just brings a little bit of texture and interest into the main bedroom. I've paired the florals from the bedroom through to the bathroom. I've chosen a very bright oriental wallpaper, and it matches perfectly with the double basin and vanity, which again was an old Chinese cabinet, which I transformed into the vanity for the bathroom. We've got a beautiful slipper bath, which is so wonderful during the winter months when you tap yourself a huge bubble bath and you just submerge yourself inside there to relax. And Jade, as promised, come through and see my favorite room in the home, the shoe collection.
It's the reward for 20 successful years in business.
Renee, how many shoes do you have?
I think there must be about over 500 pairs.
Sure. Do you have a favorite?
I do have a favorite. It's in the box.
Let's have a look. I think you've got shoes in every nook and cranny in this cupboard.
Those are my favorite pair.
This is a shoe with a lot of character.
I love the colours, but they are a little bit high to walk in.
I've actually worn a shoe just like this on top billing before.
Those are the exact ones that you wore, Jade.
You're kidding?
Not at all. I went and bought them afterwards, and I love them.
So we've walked in the same shoes.
And we've got the same shoe size.
Fantastic. I could get lost in here, but before I get carried away, let me go check out the garden.
There was no garden in the beginning, just very sandy soil. After much compost and mulching, Renee and Karen Duplessis could set about creating a landscape which is structured but still has a free, rambling personality.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Jade. How nice to see you again.
Likewise. This house is surrounded by garden, vineyards. Where did you even begin?
I think her brief to me was flowering shrubs, obviously, but perennials. We didn't mess around with annuals. But the color palette that she wanted was everything that I loved, which is your pinks, your blues, your different textures in leaf. We really didn't want to give her a high maintenance garden. We really need to look at the views. The mountains, I mean, in Franschhoek are so beautiful. So you need the privacy, and yet you need to see the vista, which is all around this home.
Wayne, on the other hand, prefers a more urban landscape. His interests include cars, brewing craft beer, and an affinity for whiskey, which he shares with his father.
Wayne, that is quite the collection of whiskey. How long have you been collecting for?
It's been about 4 years now. I enjoy the whiskey from the Highland region, which is not as peaty as the other whiskies. I find much smoother and easier to drink. And I've got some here for you to taste if you'd like to try some.
Let me give it a smell first. A little bit of honey.
A little bit of honey.
Okay, and now. Whew, strong, but great.
Looks like supper's ready. Would you like to go and sit down at the table?
Yes, let's do that.
When they moved here with their two sons, Stephen and Justin, one of Justin's friends turned out to live next door and be the son of singer-songwriter James Stewart. And so a special friendship began.
Jade, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here and sharing our beautiful home with you. Thank you so much.
I've had a wonderful day. Thank you for having me.
This is a very, very warm and hospitable home. It's always wonderful to be here with Renee and Wayne. We are braaiing outside often on a Saturday afternoon or whenever it is with a couple of glasses of wine or a few beers, and it often ends up around the piano singing a few songs, which is what I'd like to do. Thanks so much for having us, Renee and Wayne.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Serenade away.
I tend to spend too much time in the shadows, and well, often I can't tell the wood from the trees. On the times I've opened up my eyes, the clouds have been blown from my skies, and I feel lifted because you shine. Shine, shine like a light on me, illuminate and set me free. Shine down so I can see you shining down on me. Shine, shine like a light on me, illuminate and set me free. Shine down so I can see you shining down on me.
With friends like these, who needs iPods or MP3s? Here's to the best of the good life, Franschhoek style.
I never set out to acquire a taste for whiskey, and I'm not saying that I have, but if I were to, I'd do it just to have one of these.
Just ahead, we're in Mauritius with Rolling Thunder Kagiso Rabada, the torment of batsmen the world over, and an undeniable new force in international cricket.
The question was when we'd see another Proteas bowler, the likes of the great Makaya Ntini. Kagiso Rabada gave the answer when he took 13 for 144 against England, and we took 5 in Mauritius to ask him about his epic debut season.
To get to these islands east of Madagascar, you had to work for it. For the Arab sailors who most likely discovered them, the archipelago was off the trading routes. They may have found them by endeavor and luck, but what brought Kagiso this far has been a thunderous entry to international cricket.
The first time you played for the Proteas was against Australia. That was quite a big game.
It was an amazing feeling. I made my debut that game with Reza Hendricks, and we played in Adelaide, Australia, and we actually ended up winning that game. It was a T20 game, so it was very exhilarating.
You're an all-round sportsman. A lot of people know you as a cricketer, but they don't know that you're good at soccer, rugby, a little bit of tennis. But today I want to challenge you to a little bit of stand-up paddling. Are you ready?
Let's see who's going to be the best.
Okay.
KG's already swept the boards, becoming the first player to scoop 6 SA Cricket Awards, including Test and ODI Cricketer of the Year.
You're one of the best bowlers at the moment. You're only 21. Did you ever think it was going to turn out this way?
I always knew that I could bowl fast, and I knew that I had something, but all that I wanted to do was play sport at the highest level, and cricket was the one where I felt was my best chance because, it was very focused.
Knowing that you wanted to be a cricketer all this time, how did it feel when you achieved that dream?
I felt like it's an opportunity for me to do what I love. An opportunity for me to make my mark and to stay at the team. And nothing has changed. Every game that I go into, I feel like I really need to make a mark.
That he did. Taking wickets also made him the fans' player of the season.
Woo! That wasn't too bad, was it?
Yeah, not too shabby, bro.
Not only are you one of the fastest bowlers on land, but you weren't too bad in the ocean either. Well, I'm gonna leave you to your downtime, and I'm gonna go check out the rest of the hotel.
All right, perfect, bro.
Catch you later.
The all-suite accommodation at Dina Robin Beachcomber Golf Resort and Spa is arranged in Mauritian-style villas set on fantastically spacious terraces. Around a sweeping exotic pool and along the beach at Paradis are a choice of 8 restaurants, a magnificent spa, and the only private members club concept on the island.
Fabrice, to say this is a slice of paradise is an understatement.
This is the Dina Robin Golf and Spa. It's something very, very special in its setting because you are at the end of the peninsula and we have some signature halls totally incredible where you have the blue of the lagoon and the back, the mountain that we see. The place is totally incredible and the setting is wonderful.
As well as access to the 18-hole golf course, a host of free land and water sports keep guests active. More surprising was discovering the Casella Nature Park World of Adventures and an unconventional game drive.
So the question is, are you ready for a Segway Safari?
Segway Safari, interesting combination. Let's go for it.
No previous experience and no driving license was required. Just 15 minutes training and then an exhilarating drive through the Yemen Nature Reserve.
Wearing one of these makes me feel like I'm in, well, what's it? Cool runnings.
Cool running.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the ride.
Rhythm. Feel the pride.
Go, go, go. It's Segway time. Let's bounce, bro.
KG's no overnight sensation. Slow and steady won the race.
If you persevere, the rewards are fantastic. I'm sure your career must have been the same.
Yeah, well, I've always wanted to do what I'm doing. I always wanted to play a sport at the highest level. And cricket was the one where, things went well for me. And yeah, the easy work is when you go to the game and the hard work is all in the background.
The reserve boasts white rhino, kudu, and even the chance to feel like a zebra whisperer.
I mean, did you ever think you would have been on a Segway, safaring in Mauritius, feeding zebra?
I've never been this close to a zebra, actually. Ironically so, since we are from Africa and all. Interesting that I come close to one in Mauritius and I'm actually feeding it. It's actually a weird sensation on your hand.
Seeing that you're a speed bowler and that you love adrenaline, I've got something a little more action-packed for you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Kagiso may have made cricket look like a joyride, especially taking 6 for 16 on his ODI debut. But on the Avalanche Mine Ride, he could genuinely just have a laugh.
Ready for this?
I'm ready, boy.
Do you think, Buck?
Sweet, bro.
Come out alive.
3, 2, 1, go!
This was possibly the first time this year that our guest could ease back on the reins a little. All season, he's been stepping up for the injured Dale Steyn and Vernon Philander. As for Chris, he's had a busy year of his own on top billing, and getting to spend the night sleeping under the stars was an offer he couldn't refuse. The Bubble Lodge has come to Mauritius.
It's been an incredible day of adventure, but I couldn't allow KG to have all the downtime fun. So for those of you who know how much I love nature, I've decided to become one with it and spend the night in this beautiful tent.
The project was conceived by Pierre-Stéphane Dumas, a French designer, and has evolved into a suite of 3 bubbles, 2 rooms and a bathroom, all air-conditioned. Chris awoke as fresh as these garden islands themselves, just as well as he was in rather active company.
What a fantastic, relaxing night under the stars. Probably one of the best rooms I've ever slept in. I feel rejuvenated, and you know what that means. It's time for a game of action cricket with Kagiso, and he's brought along a friend.
KG has the privilege of being part of a new crop of awesome players, like batsman Quentin de Kock, with the binding force in the team down to established talents.
Gents, the mere fact that the both of you are in Mauritius means that it's a place to be. JP, what's your stay been like so far?
You know, Mauritius is definitely a place that you want to be if you want to just kick back and, you know, bit of beach life, bit of sand, just relaxation. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and yeah, it's good to be here with the big bro KG.
Getting called big bro by JP is quite a compliment.
Yeah, well, I don't think he means it in that way, because he always bullies me, but it's okay. You learn to live with it.
JP, how does the dynamic of the team change when you have this fresh young talent coming into the Proteas?
No, it's always exciting to have fresh young talent coming through. Having the exuberance of youth coupled with the experience is always key in terms of a good team culture, in terms of a good team setup. So, you know, we definitely have that with KG coming into the team, and, you know, the future is very bright for South Africa.
And you're quite a busy man as well. I mean, you've recently had a baby and you're very involved in your community.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to become a father about 13 months ago, and it's been a real blessing in my life. Both myself and my wife are extremely excited over the last couple of months. I've got a foundation called the JP21 Project, and we base purely out of the Mitchells Plain and Strandfontein area, and that's basically where I grew up. So we're just trying to revive cricket in that community, and that's our main drive. And so far it's been really successful. We've got over 1,500 kids active within the project, and we want to keep growing. So the last 18 months has been a real success for us.
KG, what's it been like playing alongside JP and learning from him?
When growing up, I used to watch them playing for the Proteas and JP as well, so it's nice to come up and actually play with them. It's something really special.
The second international season has begun. The Aussies are already trying to work him out, and he's ready.
KG, this has been a great stay in Mauritius. What's your experience been like so far?
Oh, my experience has been relaxing, rejuvenating, and very adventurous. You know, it's been wonderful to experience scenery like this. This is God's work right here. It's unbelievable.
I'll drink to that, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
If you've been holding on for a hero to build our next golden age of cricket around, looks like we found one.
Coming up, guys make great ugly stepsisters, and America and South Africa's finest step out together in Joburg Ballet's Cinderella.
If you're at a loss for something special to do with the lady in your life this weekend, then how about taking your daughter, wife, mom, gran, or girlfriend to the ballet? Cinderella is on at the Joburg Theatre, and fairy tales don't come better than this.
Joburg Ballet's Cinderella waltzes across the stage to the only ballet score ever written by the king of the waltz, Johann Strauss.
This is the second time you're doing Cinderella. How have you managed to recreate it?
I came around the second time after doing it in 2013 with a different perspective of what works from an audience point of view, I think. So I try to stay with the classical feel of the ballet, but I like the humor that I was seeing the first time around, and I've tried to enhance that and play that a little bit more, especially with the stepmom. There's a bit of hip here and a hip there, and it's not so prim and proper. The sisters I choreographed on the 2 dancers in the company, KK and Chase, are absolutely magnificent in the role because they dance. They do some really, really hectic dancing, but their characters are still hysterically funny, and I hope the humor comes across.
And then, of course, the dancers are framed by a magnificent set.
Andrew Botha has done an amazing job on designing the sets for Cinderella, but I wanted to bring in some animation. And you'll see on the screen behind me, we've got these beautiful designs, and they are moving. So there's a magical element to it. We even have a glitter ball, and I think it works. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
If the ugly stepsisters are having a ball, so is senior soloist Kitty Petler playing the stepmother or fairy godmother on alternate nights.
What is it about the stepmother that you enjoy playing?
stepping out of your own comfort zone, I guess, and it's just delivering a different character. So yeah, found it very fun.
What is your favorite part of the show?
I love the fairy godmother, which is the woman that actually holds all the power and resonates a lot with little kids, because you turn Cinderella into this beautiful, gorgeous princess. You make everything possible for her, you know, you make the impossible happen. So for me, fairy godmother is my favorite role in the whole ballet.
This is the first time in South Africa for American guest artist Owen Thorne. He plays the prince to senior soloist Nicole Ferreira-Dill's Cinderella. They look like they've danced together for years.
Nicole, your interpretation as Cinderella was really great. How does this role differ from the others that you've played?
It's completely different to other roles. I mean, you can't even compare Cinderella to roles that I've done, for instance, Black Swan and White Swan and Le Bayadès, Nakia. You can't compare them. So there's no comparison, but it is Cinderella, such a kind-hearted person, and she's so courageous, and so it's been so lovely to find who I am as Cinderella. So it's been a lovely journey.
The two of you have an undeniable chemistry. What's it been like working together?
It's been fantastic, really.
Yes.
I mean, it's interesting to think that I've only known you for
10 days.
10 days now. I mean, I think finding chemistry really is, at least for me, it's been about pitching my character towards Cinderella. Because although it's the principal role, it really is supplementing her journey and finding a character and a person that she can fall in love with. So that's really the challenge.
And I think for us as well, in our last pas de deux, because it's so tough and we've only been together for 10 days, also finding each other's strengths and knowing how to work with each other.
Getting our timing together. There's several very big lifts right in a row.
Yeah.
Which is not a walk in the park.
Speaking about lifts, I'm quite keen to try one or two.
I think we can teach him just one of the press lifts.
Yes.
With two hands. We don't make you do a one-handed press lift.
Okay, cool. So just the double on back? Or
Yes. All right. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is put your thumb sort of on her spine there. Right. And when you push up, you want to push up with your elbows and keeping your arms together. Okay. So you go like this. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, very nice. Very nice. How does that feel for you, Nicole?
It feels amazing.
Lovely. Do you want to do it again?
Okay, so now remember keeping your thumbs there, yeah,
gotcha.
And pushing, keeping your
elbows
together.
And then you got to lock the elbows, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, wish me luck. 1, 2, 3. Ah, there we go. Not too bad.
Yes,
nice.
well done.
I ate my spinach this morning. There we go. There you go. Nice one. Good teacher.
For audiences, the enchanted beaded costumes are central to the spectacle, and Haiti Baker brings a special insight into wardrobe.
You and I are no strangers to this theatre. We've performed together before, and now you've moved from dancer to fashion coordinator extraordinaire.
It's been quite an interesting transition. Smooth, because being a dancer, I know about the costumes, how they should look, how they should feel, whether they move comfortably. It's been an interesting transition, different from being on stage, but still involved, which is nice.
When it comes to the costumes, what's the overall look and feel that you were going for?
So this is Cinderella's costume that she wears in the kitchen. She's poor, she's in rags. She has to look a lot more dilapidated than the Ugly Sisters, for example. They have very fancy, bright costumes, in your face, loud. Cinderella's a little more subdued, a little more in the background, not so out there, until, of course, she enters the ball in her beautiful blue sparkly costume.
You know, I can't let you go without testing whether or not you still have a dancing bone in your body.
Absolutely. Once a dancer, always a dancer.
Are you going to give us a little demonstration?
Seriously?
Come on, I'm serious. Hey, high fives all around. Let's see if I've still got it in me. Oh, okay, wait, maybe I'm going to leave it to the professionals. Yeah, oh, there we go.
Don't miss the last few performances of Cinderella at the Joburg Theatre in Braamfontein this Friday the 7th to Sunday the 9th of this month.
It's October, the summer sun is almost here, and this being Cancer Awareness Month, please be sure to plaster on the sunblock before heading into the glory this weekend. Until next Thursday, good night South Africa, and God bless.
Next week, we head over the Limpopo to a breathtaking Matopo Hills home. Winnie Madikizela Mandela celebrates being 80 years young. Paris and Milan beware, this homegrown handbag line has great ambitions. And SA's hippest furniture designers are artists of everyday objects.